I think I'm live on my laptop, so it's a little new to me, so I think I'm doing it right. And the reason I'm Facebook Live on my laptop is so I can see if I can go live on Instagram at the same time. Let's see here. Instagram, and I'm trying to do it. Last time I was looking screen. Which screen am I on? Whoops. Okay. Let's see. How are we doing this? Bear with me. Thank you for joining me. Hello, everybody. Let's see. I am not sure. Darn it. I don't remember how to do live on Instagram. La la la. Okay.
There once was a pug that could foresee.
Hush, hush. All right. Okay, I was hoping to go live on both, but I am not sure how to do that. La la la. Oh, I got it. Live. Thank you for your patience. Woohoo! I am live on 2 medias. Did I make me international? I'm not sure. But I'm going to try wiping off my camera on my Facebook Live. And for everyone out there, especially Facebook, thank you for your patience as I figure out this technology. And we have my companion tonight, Ms. Kira, who has decided that my little office space is her bedroom now. And so she is probably going to be hanging out here all night tonight with us. All right. Thank you for joining me. Welcome. Here we are. It is Monday night, and we're about to do our Monday mini medicine card readings. Woo! Yay! And my name is Patrick, and I am the owner of Perching Wolf Studios, Shamanic Arts. And I will be your friendly neighborhood shaman for the evening. I'm just gonna, while I'm talking, while giving people a chance to catch up and realize that we're live. I can't see if anyone's actually on here or not. So I might just be talking to myself. I see Valerie's on Instagram, but I can't tell on my Facebook Live if I'm all alone, all by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself. Alright, just lighting up a little bit of sage. So as to smudge my cards, so I apologize for the extra time it took me to get ready here. I thank you for your patience. I'm glad you are here. I hope you're there. I can't tell if anybody is watching or not, but what we do every Monday, and for almost every Monday since the beginning of the pandemic, I have been doing these little miniature readings for people on Mondays to give people a little bit of guidance for the week. And the deck I use is the medicine card deck. And like each card has a different animal on it. And so each animal has a different message, a different energy. So whichever animals show up tells you kind of, oh, hey, Jesse, good to see you. Yay, I miss you. So what we do is I pull 3 cards. You choose a number between 1 and 3, or you can choose a couple or all 3 if you choose, because it's a vast universe and you are in the control of your destiny. There are no rules, only guidelines. So anyway, so you choose 1, 2, or 3, or a couple, or a combination thereof. And then when I pull 3 cards, I do a little mini reading of what those particular animals mean. And so whichever card corresponds to the number you chose, that is the animal who has volunteered to walk with you this week, to lend you their strength, their medicine, whatever specialty they have, and that'll help you get through this week until next week, when we'll choose a whole nother one. Alright, so I was just down at Crescent Moon Gifts all day doing readings there. But I love doing these videos, so I am so grateful for those of you who have stuck with me, at least on the Facebook Live, for over a year. I'm just starting to branch out for those on Instagram. I just started doing Instagram videos with my Facebook Live. And if you feel like you've missed out on any of these readings, they are all on my Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel. Whenever I do the readings, I upload them to my YouTube channels, so they are there waiting for you if you want to go back and rewatch any of them, and which you can do, because just choosing, it doesn't, time and space are an illusion. So if you want some guidance, randomly pick one of the videos, choose a number, and go with whatever that guidance is, because you draw to you the information you need to move forward. And so whatever information comes forward, even if it was a year ago, even if it was 6 months ago, it still fits you. If it resonates, if it helps you, that's all that matters. And then, if we have time, if I do not get too verbose, we will do a quick guided meditation at the end of this, so that you can connect with the spirit of that animal that has volunteered to be with you this week and get the message straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Because no matter what I say in these readings, I'm hoping that what I say is helpful. But what I say still comes through my filters. And it might be pertinent, it may not. Or there may be something that I don't say that is an important part of that animal's medicine. And this way I can help you learn how to trust your own guidance, to trust your own connection to your spirit guides and get the message straight from them, because whatever messages you get straight from them is way more important than anything I say. Anything you get from me is secondhand. And my job is to empower you, and in whatever way I can help you connect and trust your own guidance, that is what I am here for. All right. All right, go ahead and choose a number. Woo! Awesome. There are a couple here that I don't think it's either been a while or they may not have even ever come up. It's amazing how all these cards in this deck, and it's like certain cards come up over and over and over and over again. Just like I said, you draw to you the information you need, and so those who are watching, even if you're watching this in repeat, you are still calling this guidance to you. And so the animals, especially if we have the same people watching over and over again, it's kind of like the same animals might pop up a lot because of the same people going through similar pathways. So anyway, pick a number 1 to 3. On your go. All right, number 1. If 1 is your card, you got elk. Elk is about stamina. My nose is itchy, which I heard means that the spirits are here. Elk is stamina. Elk's main power is the ability to run for hours without getting tired. You know, predators tend to be sprinters, so they depend on that initial burst of speed to take them down, right? So you have the wolves, and they're sprinters. They can only last so long. They only have so much energy before they die off. They can't keep going. But elk, on the other hand, can go for hours and hours. So if he can avoid them in that initial burst, he's home free. And so if that is your card, number 1, what that means, or what that could mean, is that whatever you are doing, the universe is with you. Spirit is with you. Spirit is carrying you. Oh, awesome, Jesse. My friend Jessie just said she got 1, which is elk, and there's about 20 elk in her front yard right now. You can't make this stuff up, right? Elk is... it's a sign that whatever you need to do, if you are following your path, if you are following your bliss, if you are following your bliss, you're allowing your joy to be your compass and to draw you forward. That is elk. And elk is able to run for hours and hours because he's being authentic. He's tapping into his, think of it this way, he's tapping into his own power, just like you tapping into your own power, your own true self. And your true self is creator, God, goddess, whatever you want to call the divine. That is your pure nature. That is your authentic self. And so when there is a need a need for speed, rather than buckling down and efforting and pushing. The correct response is to let go, to surrender into your true self, which carries the physical self. And so by doing that, like one of my favorite affirmations is, only good can come of this, whatever this is in the moment. And when you do that, you're opening your mind to opportunities, to possibilities, to solutions. And when you do that, everything that comes along only helps to make you stronger. And so when you have that, when you know who you truly are, when you're authentic, following your heart, Spirit steps in and carries you so that you don't tire out. It's like, because you don't have to get there on your own. You don't have to get there of your own volition. You just have to have the willingness to go and surrender to the energy underneath everything. Does that make sense? The other thing about elk, if this is your card, I was explaining that scenario to a client one time, and I'm watching it kind of play out on the table in front of me in my mind. I'm watching the elk, and then the wolves chasing the elk, and I'm seeing the elk get further and further ahead. And all of a sudden, the scene went from being horizontal to flipping vertical, and I realized it's about raising your frequency. And so when you raise your frequency, like elk going the distance, up here the wolves can only go this high. That's all they're allowed. Because of their frequency, they can't get any further, they can't get any higher. So all those wolves and wild dogs that are nipping at your heels, if elk were to stop and try to fight off the pack, he's dead. He can't fend off an entire pack of wolves. But by running, following his path, and tapping into his strength, his power, he outruns them, and they become a non-issue. Just like raising your frequency, if you were to try to, how do I put this? We have naysayers and people that try to knock us down, trying to pull us down, hold us down. And if we stop to rebut them, or try to explain to them or justify to them why we are better or whatever, you just lowered your frequency. You just stopped, and the wolves are going to overcome you. But when you stay true to yourself, keep following your path, raising that frequency, the wolves and the wild dogs become a non-issue, because they can't touch you. You're up here. They can only get up to here, right? So it's by surrendering into our true nature that we raise our frequency. A lot of people are like, well, how do you raise your frequency? And it's like, all the bad TV shows, well, I guess they're not all bad, but all the TV shows and movies show people like doing energy healing, like this magic, and trying to raise frequencies or whatever. And it's always this, and it's always this effort, and it's always this pain, and it's always, and that is so opposite the reality of it. You don't raise your frequency by clutching and tightening up. That just stunts your growth. The only way to raise your frequency, because you are already divine, you are already whole, you are already naturally a high frequency being. The things we learn in our lives, the teachings, the societal expectations, and all of that teach us that we're down here. And it's a matter of shedding off those things because so those things lower our frequency, and we start to think, oh, I'm no good. Oh, who am I to be great? But who are you not to be great? And so by raising your frequency, you do that by surrendering into who you already are as a divine being of light. You don't have to try to get there. You don't have to climb the mountains. It's nothing that you can acquire. It's already who you are. It's nothing you can do. It's who you are. And so, like my teacher, Sandra Ingerman, says, it's not what you do, but who you become that changes the world. It's so much more important who you are, because when you're in alignment with yourself, alignment with spirit, with creator, then spirit moves through you. Spirit carries you. Things become effortless. Just like in the Tao Te Ching, where they talk about by doing nothing, nothing is left undone. Because when you're moving with the flow, when you're opening, aligning with spirit, everything you do becomes inspired action, inspirited. It's like when you're aligned with spirit, everything you do, that becomes your source, and it acts through you, and everything you do is influenced by that spirit. And so everything you do is for the highest good. So allow yourself to flow. If you try to get there by yourself, you're going to drive yourself to exhaustion. You know, I always tell people, if you go to a healer who is drained afterwards when they get done with you, never go back to that healer, because they might be tired. There's a difference between being tired and being drained. If a healer is drained after they heal you, then they are not doing you any good, because they're forcing their energy onto you to try to fix whatever they see as wrong with you. They're putting their energy on top of yours rather than helping your essence, your initial light and divine nature to come to the surface and shed all those things I mentioned before, like the teachings and the expectations of society. And so a true healer, when they get done, they might be tired. When I'm doing Reiki or soul retrievals or whatever healing I'm doing, I might be tired by the end, but I'm also kind of wired, because that's what Elk is. It's that opening to divine energy. When you do Reiki, for instance, you're tapping into the universal energy, and you're becoming the channel to allow it to flow through you, out your hands, and to the other person. And it's the Reiki that knows where to go and what to do. You don't consciously know what needs to be done. So by doing that, you have to let go. You have to surrender. Otherwise, that energy can't flow through you. And when you're doing that, you know, before the energy gets to the other person, it's flowing through you. So you're getting all the healing benefits of that energy as well. It's a mutual healing. There isn't, it's like that non-zero sum game where you don't have to have, somebody has to hurt for someone to get better, or someone, you don't have to sacrifice your well-being for the well-being of someone else. We are all connected, and as one does better, we all do better. So by taking care of yourself, by being the most authentic, pure version of yourself that you possibly can, you automatically heal all of those around you. Okay? So that is Elk. And if that's typical of what I'm going to do tonight of the readings, then we probably won't get to the guided meditation at the end because I'm kind of talking a lot. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, number 2. If 2 is your card, if 2 is the number you chose, you got ant. Ant, in a word, is about patience. Especially in our world, we want everything right now. You know, it's like, I want patience right now. Ant is to remind you that Rome was not built in a day. You know, ants have these vast ant hills and tunnels and this complex society, and that doesn't happen just overnight, right? So this is you, and there are millions of others around you working toward the same goals. All you need to do, kind of like I was talking about with elk, focus on your own well-being, carry the one piece of leaf you've got in your mandibles. That's all you're responsible for. You have a piece of the puzzle. No one is meant to carry the entire puzzle, the entire world on their shoulders. So put the world down and let others help to carry it. Pay attention to your own path. Pay attention to what's right in front of you, whatever part of the puzzle you have. Because there are millions of other ants carrying tiny pieces of leaves, but by each of them carrying their own little piece, the entire anthill gets fed. The entire anthill gets taken care of. And if this is your card, know that you are stronger than most people, emotionally, spiritually, whatever way you want to think of that. But just because you're stronger doesn't mean it's your responsibility to carry everybody else's crap, okay? In fact, if you're carrying other people's stuff and you're weighing yourself down, when someone comes along that actually needs your help, you have you got 6 arms, 6 legs, but you don't have any open to carry anything because you're full. And so, going back to elk again, it's surrendering into who you are, being who you are, with that, you know, that I had this realization a couple weeks ago. I was meditating and doing ceremony down at the river like I like to do, and I was like, okay, I'm open to receiving. I am opening to receive. But that doesn't do any good if I haven't released everything that I'm holding on to. There's no space. Like that story of the Buddhist monk who the Westerner came to learn from him and is busy, you know, telling the monk exactly what he knows and where he came from and what he's looking for and blah, 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 and he won't shut up. And while he's talking, the monk takes a little tea kettle and starts to pour it into a cup of tea. Well, the cup gets full, and the monk just keeps filling the cup, pouring the tea. And so the tea starts to spill over and onto the table and onto their laps. And the Westerner's like, what are you doing? It's full. Stop pouring. And the monk is like, that is your mind. You have to empty your mind before I can put anything into it. Your mind is overflowing with information. You have to let go of it, open up in order to receive more in. Dang, I had a flash of a thought and it just went away. But it's true, you know. You are a river of light. We are part of the vibrant nature of the universe. So we are always moving. Even when we're sitting still, our molecules and atoms and our energy is still vibrating, right? And energy flows. You know, it's like your cells are born, they mature, then they die, and there's other cells coming up, maturing, dying. And so it's this constant river, this constant growth. And it's the same process. You know, we have to keep eliminating in order to keep eating, to eliminate, to eat. And it's that flow of materials through our physical body that keep us stable, right? And so you have to let go of what you know in order to open to what is new for you to learn. You can't just keep opening up and opening up and opening up. You're going to spill over. You're going to, it's like you become stagnant. There's no room for movement anymore. And when there's no room for movement, there's stagnancy, where everything dies. There's no air being exchanged from the water. The only thing that lives is like the algae on top, which also suffocates and takes all the oxygen out of the water, so nothing can live down there. Keep moving. And be in the flow. You know, our chakra system, you know, the energy basically comes up our chakra system, out, and then back down, up and out. And if that light stops or that light is blocked, that's when we have diseases. That's when we have pain. And that's when we die, because that light that is trying to move gets blocked. And so then you're running on a half tank, whatever, you know, because this light doesn't have anywhere to go. And it's still trying to flow. And so then it bursts out in different ways, or whatever. And that's how we become ill. That's how we get disease, because the light is not being allowed to flow. This is my what is it? That's my dance. I'm dancing. So put down whatever is not yours to carry. You are not meant to carry everyone else's stuff. There was this great phrase I heard a couple of weeks ago about an able-bodied adult should never be carried to the top of the mountain. It's a waste of energy, right? If you're carrying everyone else up to the top of the mountain and someone else falls and hurts themselves or whatever, you have no more room to carry someone who actually needs help. And so we're so good at enabling people. We're so good at, we want to help everyone, but our idea of helping is to take people's lessons away from them. And I'm not trying to be cruel or not be compassionate. But there's a balance between helping people find their own power and helping people who actually need that help, if that makes sense. If someone is able to walk across the room, you're not serving them by picking them up and carrying them across the room. If that continues, eventually their legs are going to apathy, and then, whatever that word is, and they'll end up needing to be carried because they lost the ability to carry themselves. So, help when it is needed, help when you can, and mostly when you help with the intention of empowering the other person, of helping the other person find their own divine nature. That is what it's about. Because we are all divine, We are all equal. We are all part of the divine, the divine nature. And so we all have our own connection to Creator. We are all divine. There is no one in the world, there is no one in the universe more powerful than you. There is no one in the universe more deserving than you to be happy. And so the more that we can connect others with that power, that realization that they are the creative source in their reality, the better off the entire world is. And I feel like I went off on a way long tangent, but Ant is again about patience. You know, you can't build the penthouse suites before you build the Starbucks on the ground floor of a building, right? You have to start from the ground up. So it's really also about being present, being here now. Don't jump ahead 5 steps. Don't put, the top of the building on before you've got the basement. No, it's about recognizing. Everything tonight seems to be about flow. It's recognizing the flow of life, the unfolding of the patterns, of the rhythms, of the vibrancy. And we have seasons for a reason, because each season has a different, what's the word I'm looking for? Focus. It's birth, growth, maturity, death. Birth, growth, maturity, death. That is who we are. That we are a microcosm of that macrocosm. We are not just part of nature, we are nature. And everything that happens on the earth, to the earth, happens with us, within us. And so even though our cycles may not be as long as, say, a tree's, we still have those same life cycles. We are a wheel within wheels. And so it's respecting those wheels, not trying to hurry up and get to the answer, but taking it slow. It really is. Okay, my guy just said it's all about the journey, because there is no destination. Which goes with what I was saying earlier about the flow. When you're flowing, when things are flowing, there is no end. You will be here forever, beyond time. You will be here eternally. New adventures, new things to find out, new worlds to explore, whatever. We have destinations, we set intentions that are kind of what our destinations are, but it's not the end. Those are milestones, mileposts that help us get where we're going, or to notice how far we've come, to kind of track ourselves. But truly, there is no destination where you will get there and it'll be, okay, I'm done. Now what? One of the things I heard something. It was actually it was a show about aliens and ancient astronauts and stuff like that. But they asked a scientist, they were trying to figure out what aliens would be like. Like, what are the nature of the aliens out there that are out there or here or visiting us or whatever. And they asked the scientist, like, what is the common thread of through life? And he said, the most common trait of all life is curiosity. Every animal, even every plant, they're constantly sending their tendrils out. Ooh, what's out there? Ooh, what's this like? Oh, can I root here? We're always looking for that next adventure. We are constantly expanding, like the snake, outgrowing its skin over and over. We are the curiosity, that spark of curiosity. that is the bliss that that Joseph Campbell talks about. That curiosity, that wonder. Ooh, can I do this? Ooh, what would happen if I did this? Ooh, like, and that whatever it is that sparks that spark inside of you. It's curiosity that drives us. It's curiosity that draws us forward. It's the mystery of life. It's not having it all figured out, having it all nice and tied up with a bow. It's the mysteries of life that really get us going, right? So, if Ant was your card, just breathe. Be here now. If you are out of breath, you're carrying too much stuff. If you are feeling drained, you are carrying too much stuff. Take an inventory. See what or who you can put down. You are the priority in your life. And if you don't take care of yourself, if you're putting everyone else first, I'll put it this way. You're not serving anybody, because you're going to wear yourself out, and then you're gone, and then you're not here. Know that you are here for a reason, that you are here on purpose, that your unique place, your unique facet of divinity, your unique vibration and frequency, with all your talents and your likes and dislikes and everything about you, if you weren't here, the world would be gone. You are necessary for the wholeness of the world. If you weren't here, the world would be a worse place to be. Everyone, you came here with a purpose, with a gift, with your unique vibration to help be in harmony with all the other vibrations of all of us, right? So give yourself the priority. If it's weighing you down, then put it down. We're not meant to push and push and push, no matter what the puritanical forefathers or evangelists or whoever will tell you. We are not meant to wear ourselves out. We are meant to enjoy ourselves. We're here because of the curiosity. Oh, what would it be like if I were human? Ooh, and what if, hey, dude, come with me to the earth. Let's see what it would be like if we were brother and sister or whatever. It's that curiosity, that play, that is the meaning of life, I just watched a movie not long ago, and I can't remember the name of it exactly. It's like Hector's Search for Happiness or something like that. But in there was a quote that it's not the pursuit of happiness, it's the happiness of the pursuit. Follow your bliss. It's the happiness of pursuing that. Anyway, I should get on to the next card because I'm quickly running out of time. All right, so number 3. If 3 were your card, you got the mouse. Sticking with that thread that's kind of flowing through all the cards tonight. Mouse basically is here to say, don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. Mouse lives in a very tiny world. Mouse doesn't worry about the cat in the next yard over or down the block or whatever. Mouse is just happy to find a new blade of grass to chomp on. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, another blade of grass. Nom, nom, nom. It's about keeping... It's that phrase from, like, the environmental, like, Earth Day and all of that from the 80s about think globally, act locally. You don't have to save the world. You just need to take care of yourself. And by taking care of yourself, you automatically take care of the world. Um, you know, if you're feeling overwhelmed, turn off the news. Know that, you know, I have not watched the news in years. I have to admit, I kind of would pay attention to the news when he who will go unnamed was in office. But for the most part, everything you need to know will come to you. Your intuition, your connection with everything will bring to you everything you need to know. Like what I said at the beginning about, you know, even if you're watching this in repeat, or, you know, months or a year down the line, it's still pertinent because you draw to you the information you need, the guidance that you need. That includes the big stuff. If there is something that you need to know about, trust that the universe is going to bring you that information. And until it does, focus on that blade of grass. Nom, 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 nom. Focus on your own life right here and now. Because think about it, if we each took care of our own little reality bubble, we all realized how divine we were, and we could let everyone else realize that their own divinity, so we can support others by shining our own light and allowing others to choose what to do, knowing that we are all connected. You know, it's been a while since I used the orchestra metaphor, but we are all connected by the heart. We are all part of the same energy. We are part of the same race. We are all one. Like they say, they're in the universe, the sum of minds that are here, the sum of hearts that are here, one. And so our hearts connect us to everyone else. Our hearts connect us to Creator. And so if you think about it, if you're following your heart, your intuition, your joy, that joy, those messages, that intuition is coming straight from Creator, right? Meanwhile, in an ideal world, everyone around you is also listening to their heart for their direction, paying attention to Creator and what their heart is telling them. And so, because it's all based, that's like an orchestra, we're all paying attention to the conductor, Creator, right? Telling us what to play, when to play, whatever. And so by playing our own unique frequency, whatever instrument we have, we are in harmony with everyone else that's following their heart, playing their own frequency, their own song. You know, I had a friend who said one time, it just stuck with me, that if we're all singing the same note, there can be no harmony. So play your own song. And if you're listening to your heart, you're aligning with Creator, which means you're automatically in harmony with everyone else who is doing the same. And the more we live from our heart, the more it gives others permission to live from their hearts. And because we're all paying attention to the same source. So keep it small. Don't play small, don't get me wrong, but keep it simple. Keep it small. You don't have to save the world. Take the world off your shoulders. What else, little mouse? I feel like there was something else. Curiosity. Like I was just saying, think about a mouse. Like if you've ever, so there are a whole bunch of like YouTube videos for cats with like mice and squirrels and birds and all kinds of stuff. And if you ever watched one of those and watched the mice, their curiosity is amazing. They're constantly running out, checking something out, running back, running out, checking out something else, running back. Oh, is that good to eat? Dum, 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 dum. Okay. And it's this curiosity that keeps them like looking and searching and exploring. But it's the idea that like you can drive all the way across the country and all you need to do is see like 100 feet in front of you the whole way. You don't have to see the entire journey. You don't have to see the entire staircase. One step at a time. Keep it small. Keep it simple. Your day-to-day life, your present moment is your terrain. Everything else is the realm of spirit. Let spirit keep that bigger picture. Let spirit know what's coming down the line. Because you are connected through the heart, and spirit will let you know if there's something you need to duck and cover for. So trust yourself. Stop running the rat race and just be. Be who you are. Be who you came here to be. You do so much. I can't emphasize this enough, and it sounds kind of counterintuitive, but you will never do anything more important than just being here. Just your presence heals the world. Just your presence changes the world immensely. So be good to yourself. Allow yourself to open up to the things that bring you joy, those things that you want to run for, right? It's like joy, running. You're running towards something, like what's up ahead? Let's find out, with patience and doing one thing at a time, knowing that it will build. And, it's like writing a page, every day, writing like one page of something. By the end of a year, you have a book. You didn't set out to create the book. You just focused one day at a time what was happening, the story of that day. And by doing that, you accumulate an entire volume of work. That's ant medicine. And be good to yourself. Let yourself rest. Let yourself have joy. Let yourself enjoy the good things, the taste, the smells, all those things that bring you joy and love. Because it's through that we open up to our true nature. It's in surrendering and following those things that make us feel good, that make us more authentic, that give us the power when we're following those things that I mean, it sounds kind of like duh, but when we follow those things that feed us, we get stronger, we get healthier. The universe carries us. Excuse me, sorry about that. So anyway, so that is the mini medicine card readings for today, for this week. So I don't have time to do the guided meditation, but if you go to my Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel and subscribe, last week's reading, I did do the guided meditation at the end. So if you want to find out what these little critters have to say to you personally, why they have showed up for you, what it is they're coming to help you with, then you can just fast forward the video to the end where I'm drumming, and go through that guided meditation to connect with that animal spirit and ask them, what is it that you brought for me? What message do you have for me? Because like I said, that is more important than anything any of the books or websites say. More than anything I can tell you, needs to be a primary documentation. You know, directly you and spirit. That's what shamanism is about. It's about direct revelation, no middleman, you know. And so I always try to point people in that direction, help them to empower themselves, trust their own heart, their own guidance. And yeah, so check that out. And before I go, I always need to remind you I'm not that good at self promotion. But if you enjoyed this, please check out my website, perchingwolfstudios.net, and check out all the different things I have to offer, the different shamanic services, readings like this, soul retrievals, Reiki, different healing things. I also have graphic novels. Not only am I a shaman, I'm a cartoonist too. So I have graphic novels for sale. I'm doing more and more all the time. And just, you can follow me here on Instagram and Facebook. What else? And because this is my full-time job, if you like this and you feel so moved, I will have I'm not sure how Instagram works. I'll try to put it up there, but I have a link to my PayPal, and if you feel, I gratefully accept donations. If you feel so moved, if you found this helpful, and want to support me and my work as I support you, I am just so grateful. And what else? I think that's it. So, if you're new here, thank you so much for joining us. And I do this every Monday night at 7:30. So please come back, bring your friends. Feel free to share this far and wide. And again, check out my website, follow me, all of that good stuff. And call on these guys. They're here to help you this week. And then see who comes up next week. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you and your presence. So until I see you next week, know that I love you, that I honor you, and that I see you. So have a wonderful week. Call on the critters to help and go shining. All right? Thank you. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. How do I stop this crazy thing? Alright. Facebook Live, how do I stop you? I don't know how to stop this. I guess you're gonna be with me all night. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Thank you, everybody. Talk to you soon.